Donald Trump's latest idea, the Goldcard, promises a fast track to U.S. citizenship for those willing to invest $5 million. Sounds like a great deal, right? More money, more rich investors, and supposedly more economic growth. But is this really a win for America, or is Trump setting the country up for long-term damage? Welcome to CareerSeekersNetwork.com, and today we will be talking about the Trump's Goldcard initiative. Before we dive in, I'd love to introduce you to CareerSeekersNetwork.com, a platform dedicated to helping people land their dream jobs. From resume writing to interview preparation, we provide the tools and guidance needed to help job seekers achieve their career goals. And if you're looking to build a strong LinkedIn profile, there's a free ebook available on the site to help you get started. At first glance, the idea seems logical. The U.S. gets an influx of wealthy individuals willing to pour millions into the economy. That means more spending, more businesses, and even job creation. Rich entrepreneurs, innovators, and investors could boost industries, fund startups, and drive economic activity. In theory, America gets more money and brains without spending a dime. But here's the catch. This isn't the first time the U.S. has tried something like this. The existing EB-5 visa program already allowed foreign investors to gain residency by investing in American businesses. And guess what? It was riddled with fraud, corruption, and loopholes. Instead of creating real economic growth, many rich investors just parked their money in real estate, driving up housing prices and making homes unaffordable for average Americans. Now, Trump's Goldcard raises the investment price tag to $5 million, but it doesn't fix the fundamental issue. Who actually benefits? Because let's be real, it's not the average American. Trump loves making big, flashy promises, but his execution, not so great. His Goldcard idea is a clear attempt to appeal to the ultra-rich while ignoring the working class. His policies often sound business-friendly, but they rarely consider the long-term consequences for everyday Americans. Think about it. If you're a billionaire from China, Russia, or the Middle East, you can buy your way into America. But what about the talented, hardworking immigrants who actually contribute to innovation and growth? The Goldcard doesn't prioritize skill, education, or innovation, just cold, hard cash. And let's not forget how Trump's leadership style could impact this policy. His unpredictability, lack of long-term planning, and tendency to double down on controversial ideas could turn this program into a diplomatic nightmare. Countries that already see the U.S. as a hostile or exploitative power might retaliate with their own policies. Global trust in America as a fair economic partner? That could take a hit. On the economic front, wealthy investors flooding in could worsen income inequality. We've seen this play out in places like Canada, where similar programs led to skyrocketing real estate prices and locals being pushed out of their own cities. The U.S. housing market is already a mess. Adding a flood of millionaire investors will only make things worse. And socially, this will fuel resentment. Americans struggling with student debt, healthcare costs, and low wages will see billionaires getting special treatment. Trump is selling the American dream, but only to those who can afford it. That's a political time bomb waiting to explode. So will America benefit from Trump's Goldcard idea? On paper, it might bring in some money and a handful of successful entrepreneurs, but the long-term consequences far outweigh the short-term gains. Rising housing costs, growing inequality, and the erosion of America's reputation as a land of opportunity could turn this so-called brilliant idea into a national disaster. Trump might think he's making America richer, but in reality, he's just selling off citizenship to the highest bidder. And that's a price the country might not be able to afford. One of the biggest concerns with Trump's Goldcard is how it cheapens the value of American citizenship. Historically, becoming a U.S. citizen has been about more than just wealth. It has required hard work, dedication, and adherence to the values that make America unique. By introducing a system where money alone can buy citizenship, Trump is essentially turning the United States into a luxury club for the ultra-rich. This could fundamentally change the perception of U.S. citizenship on the global stage. Instead of being seen as an opportunity earned through merit, education, and hard work, it becomes something that can be purchased, like a VIP pass to an exclusive event. This move could weaken America's standing as a country that rewards ambition and skill rather than privilege and wealth. And then there is a statement from the Vice President J.D. Vance, who stated that, a green card holder doesn't have an indefinite right to be in the United States. And this clearly feels like an injustice to those who have earned their place in America. Green card holders are not just visitors, they are hardworking individuals who have spent years contributing to the economy, paying taxes, and building lives in the U.S. Many have made immense sacrifices, leaving behind families and familiar lives to chase the American dream. Stripping them of stability undermines the very promise that hard work and dedication lead to security. America has thrived because of immigrants, and treating green card holders as disposable disregards their vital role in the country's success. But now the question is, will all this actually boost the economy? Trump and his supporters will argue that the gold card will bring in billions of dollars, but where will this money actually go? Will it be reinvested into infrastructure, education, or healthcare? Or will it simply inflate luxury markets, benefit high-end real estate developers, and create artificial bubbles in the economy? Looking at past Visa for Investment programs, the money often doesn't trickle down to benefit the middle and lower classes. Instead, it circulates among the elite. Real estate moguls, luxury brands, and high-end service industries thrive, while working-class Americans see little to no benefit. The jobs created will likely be low-wage service jobs catering to the ultra-rich, rather than positions that offer meaningful career growth. This wouldn't be the first time Trump has implemented a policy that disproportionately benefits the wealthy. His 2017 tax cuts were marketed as a way to stimulate economic growth, but in reality, they heavily favored corporations and high-income earners while ballooning the national debt. His real estate background also raises concerns. Trump has always been deeply involved in high-end property development, and many of his previous projects attracted foreign investors looking for a way to move their money. With the gold card, there's a real possibility that this policy could be less about benefiting America and more about benefiting Trump and his wealthy associates in the real estate and finance industries. Trump has built his political career on tough immigration policies, but this plan contradicts everything he has previously said. Hardworking immigrants who have lived in the U.S. for decades still face long waits for citizenship. Refugees and asylum seekers who desperately need safety and protection struggle through a complex and restrictive process. Skilled professionals in fields like healthcare, science, and engineering often face years of paperwork just to secure a visa. Yet if you have $5 million to spare, you can skip ahead of all of them. This double standard is blatantly unfair and could spark major backlash from both conservative and liberal voters. Trump has always positioned himself as the champion of the forgotten American, but this policy could alienate his own voter base. Many of his supporters come from working-class backgrounds and feel left behind by elites and big corporations. If they see Trump prioritizing billionaires from foreign countries while they struggle with rising costs of living, it could erode his populist appeal. Additionally, this could give Democrats a massive political weapon to use against him in future elections. They can frame Trump as someone who cares more about foreign billionaires than the average American, which is exactly the opposite of the image he has spent years building. Another major point Trump has failed to address is how this will impact the national debt. His administration added nearly $8 trillion to the debt, and this plan does nothing to fix that. While bringing in wealthy investors might seem like a short-term solution, it won't generate nearly enough revenue to offset America's long-term financial challenges. Instead of selling citizenship for quick cash, the focus should be on revitalizing industries, encouraging domestic entrepreneurship, and investing in sustainable economic policies. America doesn't need foreign billionaires buying passports. It needs long-term solutions to fix its broken economic system. Another under-discussed issue is how this could encourage corruption at the highest levels. If America starts allowing the wealthiest individuals to buy citizenship, it opens the door to increased lobbying power for foreign billionaires, foreign influence in politics as these investors gain access to U.S. policymakers, weakened national integrity as lawmakers prioritize the interests of a few wealthy elites over the general public. This is a dangerous precedent, and history has shown that when money dictates policy, democracy suffers. Trump's gold card idea may look good on paper, but the real beneficiaries will be the rich, not the average American. Subscribe to our channel and don't forget to click the bell icon.